Leander Realty here again with another video. Today we're going to talk about, should you wait or should you buy? And I'm going to tell you 5 different reasons why maybe waiting could cost you money in the long run, and how you could avoid these costly mistakes in this market and the way it's shifting. So stick with me to the end as we discuss current market trends and predictions for the next 6 to 12 months. If you're ready to make this change, hey, call or text me. Number linked in the video below, as well as on the screen right now. And just let me know. Let me know in the comments, hey, I'm ready. Let's make this happen. And I'll show you how we can make this as easy and smooth as possible. So stick with me. And so today, the first one is just current home prices and the values. So what's happening in the market right now? Over the last few months, we've seen some trends of market shifting in the downward trend. Home values are coming down. Buyers and sellers are getting into the market more often. Sellers are giving up on their price of what they had during COVID of this mass amount of appreciation. And current sales to list price is around 92%, meaning sellers are giving more concessions, less costs than the original price that they listed their home for on the market. And buyers are able to get a better deal and a better value in this market. Currently, right now in Leander, we have a 5.12 month supply of inventory, meaning there are a lot more homes than there are necessarily buyers in the market, and a lot more homes that are going for less than what they were worth at one point. And that's due to just the change in the market. And so if you're ready, that's something that you can look forward to as a buyer, is to be able to get a better deal just because of the downward shift and the high months of inventory here in Leander in this market. The second point is just the market prediction for the next 6 to 12 months. Currently right now, as I just mentioned before, we are trending downward in our home prices. There are new bills that are offering buyers, and these new bills go out and builders are taking away these incentives. The resale market is going to become a popular place in the next 6 to 12 months. And so if you are holding back, waiting for interest rates to drop or anything like that, which we'll talk about here in a second, you might be missing out on a deal that you could get right now and later have the interest rate that you want, maybe get it refinanced, get a better rate, lower your monthly bill, anything like that. And I know that is something that people are really concerned about right now, and that's just something that is real, but there are ways to beat that and ways to get the deal that you want right now. And so what are interest rates? Interest rates are, what it costs to borrow money, essentially. When the interest rate is high, it costs more to borrow that money from a bank or an institution. However, when they're low, it costs less, meaning more people are in the market, more buyers. Everything becomes more competitive. And what do you think happens when everything becomes more competitive? Everything shoots up to the sky. As we saw with COVID, when interest rates were dropping to the 2, 3, and 4s, buyers were buying, sellers were selling, and home prices were going astronomically higher than what they were in the past. And so for something like that to happen again is almost not going to happen in our lifetime. Not saying that it can't, but no one expected COVID to happen, and it did. And it had been 100 years since we have had a world pandemic that affected the world the way it did this past 5 years. And so waiting for interest rates is almost like a shot in the foot. Right now, the average interest rate over the last 30 years is 7%. And so at a 6.7%, we're still below that 30-year average mortgage rate. And so 6.7% is still good. I think we like the short-term memory, and we forget that this was normal. This was normal life. And I want you to know and take it back just to 1980s when interest rates were almost 20% and people were still buying homes. The biggest economic driver here in the US is the real estate market. And so if you're missing out on that effect due to interest rates, you're making a costly mistake. And right now would be the best time to get the best deal possible. So keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about, should I buy a home or should I wait? The next thing is just Leander's a hot market. A lot of families are moving here, great schools, surrounding areas, 25 minutes from Austin. Just a lot to do here for investors and for families alike. And so buying a home here in Leander is one of the best things you can do, as it appreciates in value you gain that equity as you continue to pay off your mortgage and the home appreciates year over year. You're going to see an increase in your home value that will change your life later and allow you to get a home that maybe is your dream forever home. Maybe it's your second home. Who knows? But at least it's a start. And Leander is a great place to start. And lastly, whether now is not the time or whether it is, that is your decision. And a decision I can help you see why it would be the best decision to buy now, but also at the same time, be able to steer you in the reason why maybe waiting in your situation would be the best thing. And so again, if you're ready to make that change, my number is linked in the description below. It's listed earlier in the video on the screen. I'll pop it right back up on the screen as well. We'll just do that and make it easier. And let me know if you're ready. Let's get connected, and let's make this, 2025 market yours. Let's find your home and make it everything you ever dreamed of. Please like, subscribe, drop a comment in this video. Thanks. Bye.